No sponsor content. How much are they paying you to advertise this Wolfgang, whatever it is?
No, not
enough.
Not enough. Basically, Chris got the car back yesterday, and we noticed when we started taking some pictures, the sun was out. There's a few like holograms and imperfections in the paint.
Yep.
Which is it's kind of traditional, kind of what it comes like from a body shop. They'll knock it back with some like harsh compound.
Just explain what knock it back means again, because I didn't know that.
Basically, once it's been painted, it'll go a bit dull, and there might be like some high spots, some low spots. So what they try and do is they go with like a really aggressive pad, really aggressive polish, just bang, whip over
basically
the car.
Sand the fucking thing.
Yeah, and it's designed to just get it looking half decent like this.
Yep.
And they can't really justify spending extra time refining it and machine it to like perfection like a detailer would. So we're just going to go around today with some fine polishes just to kind of refine it and just knock back any of that like imperfection. There's like a bit of dullness around some of the areas and some of the hologram which is perfect for finishing polishing stuff.
Yeah, which we said a while ago we wanted to do like a video on polishing and stuff, didn't we? So this is kind of a good.
This is perfect.
Opportunity to start with it.
On that, for people who are watching this who want to get into machining, like starting with finishing polishing is the perfect start point.
It's a lot easier than.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. The finishing polishing does glide smoother because you've not got that much grit in them. The like refining, polishing, finishing pads are a lot nicer to work with. The machine just moves around a little bit. And with machining, the arm speed is really important and sort of the way you move the machine. We're going to get some POV shots so you can see exactly kind of the speed and the movement. Which again, when you're actually polishing, you want to be nice and steady, nice and slow in the machine. Make sure you're covering the ground. Where with finishing, you can kind of take a little bit more liberties and just move the pad around a lot more.
Because it's so fine, I guess.
Yeah, and you can just play with it. And I've got like a few little techniques, kind of. Like when you're trying to buff off some wax and you get to like a tough spot, you kind of just spend a little bit more time with it. So I do a little bit of that with the machine as well, and you kind of just play with it a lot more. Along them lines, we have the standard machine polisher and the DA, which if you're first starting out, definitely go with DA. It oscillates rather than just plain rotates, so you don't get that heat build up.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Exactly.
Yeah. You
don't get the heat build up like with the standard machine, so it's just a lot safer. And again, if you're going in with a DA with finishing polishing, you're like, harm reduction is so reduced compared to actually machining, so it's just a great start point. There is obviously benefits using the full machine, but if you're starting out, you can refine and you can polish. You can get rid of light swirls with the absolutely fine, no problem. And again, you don't have to worry about hitting an edge or hitting a corner. So we're going to try with that one first. Yep. Show you what it's like to use the DA, so you can kind of get a few hints and tips hopefully. This is the pad we're going to use. It's a Chemical Guys Hex Logic blue, which means it's just super soft for refining.
They're actually colour coded?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So you get 3M polishing, which is
like a dirty yellow.
Was yellow.
Which I've used it a few times.
You can see the edges and stuff. So yeah, the colour coded, and this is with 3M stuff. Blue goes with blue, and then yellow goes with the yellow polish. So you can just keep it together. But yeah, these really good, really good. Yeah, we're going to try a bit of this. I've not tried machining with this. Yeah, you can use it with machine or by hand. So we're going to give that a try. Nice finishing glaze. And these are two more. This is 3M Ultra Fino, which without a label. If you're starting out, this is absolutely perfect because it's so oily. You just work it and work it and work it. Where some of these like dry out quicker than others. This stuff, honestly, I'll just go for weeks. It's amazing stuff. So really, really good.
It's harder to go wrong, basically.
Yeah. One thing I want to just cover is pressure, which isn't quite as vital when you're just refining, but I just want to cover it because you don't want to be full body weight leaning on it, like in any situation really. But when you're refining, it's literally almost just the weight of the machine, and you're just there to guide it. There is certain situations where you might just need a slight bit of pressure, but for the most part you just want to be weight of the machine, which is easy on a horizontal panel. On a vertical, you obviously have to apply a little bit of pressure, but just something similar to, which what you can see is like how the pad bit doesn't move very much under pressure. So when you're on a horizontal or vertical panel, you just want to kind of mimic where the pad sits. So figure that out like without the machine moving, and then you know roughly how hard you need to press just to keep that the same weight from horizontal to vertical panels. So
makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Next panel.
Next panel.
Doors.
This area is slightly worse. This is kind of like a big problem area. So you're going to notice the arm speed's like down a lot more on this. It's going to be a lot slower movement. Just keep the pad in one place for a longer time.
So you get a bit more heat, is it?
Yeah, so that's sort of like that's a polishing technique. So we're just going to sort of try and maximise. Well, I've got this swirl remover, Presta swirl remover, which is slightly more grit than the ultra finer. So we're going to use that along with the slower arm movement to try and maximise that cut. This might be, I don't want to call you all idiots, but this might be kind of common knowledge. But when you see this area here, where there's like two faces, don't try and get the pad on both. Angle it that to get this side, do that run, and then angle it that way, to do this side.
Makes sense.
So where you can, look around the car, like here is another ridge. Don't be sat on the ridge. You want to be at this bit and then this bit. Just kind of look around the car and you get a feel for it, especially around tight areas like this where it is technically kind of big enough for the full pad to do it, but don't. Alright, so polishing is done. We did notice there's a bit of pigtailing on like the bonnet and the doors, which
just explain what pigtailing is.
Pigtailing, when they hit it really hard with a hard compound, you can see like where the pad's spinning.
Like a little swirl,
yeah. Because it's like really aggressive. And I was only really set up to do like finishing stuff today, so we attacked it with the maximum I could, which has improved it, but under in the garage with the lights off, under a bright light, you can still kind of see that.
That's the thing, is like you can't see it at all out here now, like stood here. Like no matter how close you get, pretty much, it's literally only when you're like examining it under a microscope. You see all the little,
like we said before, it's how they come from body shops. So it's kind of up to you how far you want to go in perfecting it. But yeah, so hopefully there's some good tips in there that you can use to help finish. If you've got any questions, in the comments or email dedicationboy@gmail.com. Happy to answer anything. But yeah, it looks great.
Pretty much it. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks nice and shiny. One thing we may as well stick in this video is that we did a little bit of research, and you're not supposed to wax it or seal it for 30 to 60 days, apparently, after fresh paint. Because we were saying like it'll look a lot better once it's got like a few coats of wax on it. It'll be real shiny. I mean, it's pretty shiny as it is, but you're not supposed to do that for at least a month, basically, after fresh paint, just because it's got to like breathe or some shit.
Yeah, it's got sort of like.
It's got like all the vapours and gases and stuff have got to sort of be able to escape over a few weeks after a paint job. Because I know when we originally looked at getting the R8 wrapped, they said that, didn't they? They said if you're going to have any of it sprayed first, like the front bumper resprayed, we can't do the wrap for like 2 weeks or something, because it needs to have a lot of gas escaping.
So unfortunately, which this is like, that's the worst thing to do, is to machine it and then does not
do anything, But to be fair, it's not going to get driven that much in the next couple of weeks, because we're going to have the hub off again to do some stuff for the handbrake.
It's going to be in the garage.
So yeah, so it's not too bad to just have it sort of unprotected for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, happy with it. And yeah, hopefully you picked up a few tips.
Appreciate it.
See you later.